or that is in Sanskrit Subhastani, collected from many ancient Indian scriptures written by our great sages thousands years ago. It is written not written by any particular person, it is written by several people, several poets in the past in ancient India. They are quite relevant even today, as they were in ancient time in our society. They are useful in our day-to-day life. If you follow them practically, then you will come to know different different solutions for different problems, and if you follow it practically, it is helpful for your life. For any kind of problem you get solution. Okay, that is called subhastani or good sayings. Okay, so now let's start one by one what will be the meaning and what to do. So in this chapter you have to write in your notebook the translation, give the hint of the sloka in the notebook, that is first word, then dot 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 last word. For example, pruthivyam dot 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 last word is vidhiyate. That the hint you have to give in your notebook with question number 1, 2, 3 like this. Then after you have to write translation as I am showing here, as well as I am sending in the PDF. Then after, in a third step, you have to write a moral. Let me repeat. First you give the hint of the sloka, then write translation, then write a moral in short. Okay. So let's start the stanza number 1. पृथिव्यां त्रीणि रत्नानि जलम अन्नम सुभाषितम मूढ़ै पाषाणखंडेषु रत्न संज्ञां विधीयते. पृथिव्यां त्रीणि रत्नानि. त्रीणि रत्न means gems. Pruthivyam Trini Ratnani, 3 gems. There are 3 gems in the world, Pruthivyam. Okay, or you can say on the earth. There are 3 gems are very important costly metals on the earth. Jalam, Annam, Subhastam. Jalam means water, Annam means food, and Subhastam means wise thing or good things. It is believed that there are 3 gems means costly and precious things on the earth, that is jalam means water, anna means food, and subhasta means good things or wise things. Mudei, but the foolish people, pasana khandesu ratna sangyam vidhyate. But the foolish people consider pasana khandesu. Pasana khanda means piece of stone. Pasana khandesu. Khandesu means piece. Pasana means stone. The foolish people consider the piece of stone as a ratna, as a gem. Actually, they are not gems, they are simply stones. But foolish people consider. In the real sense, gems are water, food, and wise thing. But the ignorant people consider pieces of stone like diamond, etc. as gem. I repeat the translation. There are 3 gems on earth: water, food, and wise things. Only the ignorant people or the foolish people, consider piece of stone as gems. So this is actually in the material life, they are the gems, or they are the precious metals. But in real sense, these are the helpful objects in life, that is food, water, and wise things. So this is the translation. Now, what to write in moral? What is in the real sense known as gem? Okay, that is the moral to write. Okay. Now stanza number 2. Ayam nijaha paro veti ganana lagu chetasam udara charitanam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. Ayam nija. Ayam means this is mine. Nija means own. Ayam nija, this is mine. Nija means own. Paro va iti, or of others. Para means others. Va iti, or ganana, this type of calculation. Who calculate this is mine, that is of others? Lagujetasam, pity-minded people, or you can say small-minded people. Small-minded people calculate this is mine, that is of others. Whereas udara charitanam, people having broad mind, they consider Vasudha, the entire world, is like a family. The pity-minded people or the small-minded people consider this is mine, that is of others, whereas the wise people or the people having broad mind consider the entire world as a family. Here you see the translation I am providing in PDF also. The small-minded people say, this is mine, that is of others, whereas the wise people say, the entire world is a family. Now, while translating, children, you have to see each and every word. Aya means this, nija means one's own. Para means others, va iti means or. Ganana, calculation, lagu chetasam. People having lagu means small, chetasam means mind. Okay, udara charitanam, people having broad mind, udara, soft mind. Two, but Vasudha, the entire world, evo, only Kutumbakam is a family. So, this translation you have to learn. Now, stanza number 3. Namranti phalino brukshaha, namanti phalino brukshaha, namanti gunino janaha, suska brukshascha murkhascha, na namanti kadachana. Who bend down and who do not. Namanti phalino bruksha. Bruksha means trees. Namanti means bend down. When do the trees bend down? Phalina, when they are having fruits. When the trees are filled up with fruits, then they bend down due to heavy weight. In the same way, namanti gunino jana. Gunino means virtuous people. Those who are having good quality. They actually bend down. I mean, they compromise. Okay? And the empty tree, trees do not bend down, and the people not having any quality, they do not bend down. Okay? In short, the trees with full of fruits always bend down, and the virtuous people having good qualities always bend down. I mean, they compromise. Suska brukshasa murkhasa. It is in comparison to trees with full of fruits and people having good qualities. Suska bruksha, dry trees. I mean, trees do not have anything. Dry trees. And murkhasa, foolish people. No namanti katacham. They never bend down. Okay? I repeat. Namranti phalino bruksha. Trees with full of fruits are always bend down. And the people having virtues, people having good qualities always bend down. Whereas dry trees and foolish people they never bend down. Here it is written, branch of a tree with lot of fruits bends down towards earth. Virtuous people always bend down, not bow down. Bend down, it is not bow down, to the earth. But a dry tree never bends down, not a foolish person, okay, who does not respect others. He is known as foolish. So here it is moral will be the qualities. It is the qualities of virtuous people are explained here. They are always soft and they are always ready to compromise with the situation. Okay, this is stanza number 3. Stanza number 4. Udyamah sahasam dharyam buddhi shakti parakrama sadete yatra vartante tatra deva sahayakrit. Udyam means efforts. Sahasa, courage. Dharyam, patience. Buddhi, intellect. Shakti means strength. Parakram means valor. Sadete, these 6. Yatra vartante, where present. When these 6 are present, I mean when a person possesses all these 6 qualities, tatra deva sahayakrit. God helps there only. Okay? Udyama means, once again I repeat, Udyam means efforts or industrious. Sahasa means courage. That is, you have gods. Dhaja means patience. And Buddhi means intellect, or you can say intelligence. Shakti means power. And Parakrama means that one who have courage to fight with others. Preservance. Okay? All these, third ete, these 6, yatra vartante, where remain present. I mean, when a person has these 6 qualities, tatra deva sahayakrit. God is helpful to them. So, industrious, courage, patience, wisdom, power, and perseverance. Perseverance means that valor, strength. Those who possesses these 6 qualities get favor from the God. I mean, moral will be man needs to have these 6 qualities in his life to be blessed by God. This is the stanza number 4. Stanza number 5. उद्यमेन हि सिद्ध्यन्ति कार्याणि न मनोरथैः न हि सुप्तस्य सिंहस्य प्रविशन्ति मुखे मृगा. उद्यमेन by efforts. Udyamana means by efforts. Karyani siddhanti. Karyani means activities gets accomplished. Siddhanti means become successful. Na manarathi, not by simple thinking. Works gets accomplished or works are being done by the efforts only, not by mere thinking, not by mere wishing. This is the statement, general statement, and to justify the statement, poet has given an burning example. Nahi suptasya singhasya pravisante mukhe mruga. Mruga means animal, not here only deer. Mruga means deer, no doubt, but here in this case, animals. Na pravisanti, do not enter. Na pravisanti, do not enter. Suptasya singhasya mukhe, into the mouth of a sleeping lion. The lion who is sleeping, animals do not enter into his mouth. He has to put effort to eat the animals or to get his food. So let's see again. Works gets accomplished by the efforts, not by mere thinking, because animals do not enter into the mouth of a sleeping lion. I mean, moral is to get your work accomplished. To get work done, you have to put efforts, you have to work hard. Okay? Work gets accomplished by putting in efforts and certainly not by mere wishful thinking. Deers certainly do not enter into the mouth of a sleeping lion. Okay? So I repeat once again. Udyamana means by efforts, he means really, Siddhanta means gets accomplished, Karyan means activities, No means not, Manarati means by simple thinking. No means not, he means really, Suptasya Singhasya, sleeping lion, Pravishanti, enter, no Pravishanti, do not enter, Mukha means into the mouth, Mruga means animals. Okay? Animals do not enter into the mouth of a sleeping lion. Okay? This is stanza number 5. Now stanza number 6. दृष्टि पूतम न्यसत पादम वस्त्र पूतम पिबेत जलम शास्त्र पूतम वदेत वाणीम मनः पूतम समाचरेत. Here, what kind of things to be done in our life? Dृष्टि पूतम न्यसत padam. When you put your footsteps while walking, how you will put your steps? Dृष्टि पूतम. First of all, you have to see clearly whether this place is safe or not. So dृष्टि पूतम न्यसत padam. Pada means foot. One should put his feet or foot dृष्टि पूतम by seeing the thing whether it is safe or not. I mean, clear the path through your vision, then put your feet. Vastra putam pibe jalam. One should drink water purifying by cloth. Whether the water is good or clean or not having any dirt, then one should drink. Dृष्टि putam nisat padam. Put your steps ahead by clearing the path through vision and drink the water by purifying with cloth. Shastra putam vadet banim, and utter the sentences or speak the speech purified by or recommended by the scriptures. If it is recommended, if it is advisable by the, or if it is said in the scriptures, then only that speech we should deliver. And manah putam samachara. When you perform the activity, it should be accepted by the consciousness or your mind. If you feel wholeheartedly it is good, then only that activities you should perform. Okay, once again, clear the path through sight. I mean, first you see the path is good or bad, then you put your steps. Filter the drinking water through a cloth. You first clean the water by cloth, then drink. Purify the speech through knowledge of scriptures. You confirm whether it is advised or recommended by the scripture, then that speech you should speak. Perform the aksar through thoughts. I mean, after confirming that words or that activity is good, then you perform. Okay? So here, the man should have the power of judgment what to do and what not to do. That is the moral of this stanza. This is the sixth stanza. Children, all these are explained here also. You can read it out. I am providing in PDF and about the last stanza. Okay, so you have to read it in detail. So I have given here for your reference. Okay, so children, after going through the translation, after watching the video, if you have any difficulties, please contact me and subscribe to my channel and share it among your friends and like it. And if you want subscribe, then there nothing to be worried about for future reference. It is there, it will be there in our subscription list. So please do it. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write in comment box. I'll try to solve it out and I'll try to improve. And if you have any query, further query, please contact me in my contact details. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a nice time. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.